Many years ago, in the heart of Asaba, lived a young woman named Christy. At 23, she was the CEO of her own setup, Solis Innovations, a self-made billionaire. Christy has built her empire from a tiny garage office to a global powerhouse. Her story inspired countless people, but her success came with a price she hadn't anticipated. Despite her accomplishments, Christy felt a gaping void in her life. She longed for love, someone to share her dreams with. However, the men she met often seemed more enamored with her wealth than her. Others, intimidated by her power, distanced themselves, unable to reconcile their insecurities with her success. One evening, at a charity gala she had sponsored, Christy met Williams. He was an architect. Their connection deepened over time, but cracks began to show. William struggled with his role in their relationship. Despite his talent and achievements, he felt overshadowed by Christy's success. One night, after a heated argument about their future, Williams admitted, "I can't be with someone who makes me feel so small. I want to be your equal, but I don't know how to when you are on a pedestal I can't reach." Heartbroken, Christy realized this wasn't just William's struggle. It was a recurring theme with every man she had ever dated. Her wealth and power, instead of being assets, became barriers to intimacy. Determined to break the circle, Christy decided to focus on her own happiness, separate from her pursuit of love. She began traveling, exploring new cultures, and rediscovering her passion outside. By the time Christy approached her mid-30s, her parents, David, began voicing their concern over lavish family dinners and during their weekly phone calls. They will ask the same questions. "When will you meet your special someone, Christy? Don't you want children? We love grandchildren." To spoil, their words stung, not because she didn't want those things, but because she had tried and failed to find love. Her wealth was her triumph and her curse. Men either wanted her for her money or felt threatened by it. Each relationship ended with heartbreak. But Christy had tried. Over the years, she had given her heart to men who either wanted her for her money or couldn't handle her success. Each heartbreak chipped away at her hope of finding love. By the time she reached her mid-30s, she had stopped looking. One evening, during a wine-filled gathering with her closest friend, she confessed her fears. "I want children," she said, her voice breaking. "But I can't keep waiting for someone who may never come." Her best friend, Nina, leaned forward. "Then don't wait," she said firmly. "If you want a child, You have the means to make it happen on your own. You don't need a husband to be a great mother. Christy balked at the idea. She had always envisioned a traditional family, a lovely partner by her side, raising their child together. But as the weeks passed, Nina's words lingered. Her parents' pleas for grandchildren grew louder, and Christy found herself at a crossroad. Christy sat alone in her luxurious penthouse, her thoughts swirling. Her friend's words has been ringing in her ears all weeks. If you want a child, Christy, don't wait for a man. Take control of your life. The idea of having a child out of wedlock felt daunting. She had always envisioned love and family as a package deal. That night, as the city light twinkled outside her window, she stepped onto her balcony by fresh air. A faint sound stopped her. A baby's cry. At first, she thought she was imagining it. But as she opened her front door, the cry became louder. There, on a welcome mat, was a baby wrapped in a soft blanket. Christy froze, her breath itchy. She looked up and down the hallway, but it was empty. No footstep, no signs of who might have left the child. Beside the baby was a neatly folded letter. With trembling hands, she picked it up and read, "I don't want this baby. Please take the baby as yours. Give the baby life that I can't." Christy's heart raced as she looked down at the baby. A tiny, delicate creature with big, curious eyes. Tears filled her eyes as she gently picked up the child, cuddling her in her arms. For a moment, the emptiness she had felt for years seems to dissolve. She called her parents immediately. Her mother's voice was a mix of shock and excitement. "Are you sure, Christy? This is a big responsibility." "I have never been more sure," she replied, her voice steady. "This baby is a blessing, and I can't turn my back on her." Her parents arrived the next morning, their hands filled with baby supplies. "We will support you every step of the way," her father said, placing a hand on her shoulder. "This child is part of our family now." Christy named the baby Ogechi, meaning God's time, a reminder of the unexpected gift that had come into her life. As she navigates the challenges of motherhood, she found strength she never knew she had. Late night feedings, diaper changes became her new normal. Her once penthouse was now filled with laughter, toys scattered across the floor, and the sweet sound of Ogechi giggles. Her parents, once worried about her being alone, became doting grandparents, visiting every weekend to spoil their granddaughter. Christy's friends was astonished at how seamlessly she adapted to her new role. "You are glowing," Nini said one day. "Motherhood suits you." For 8 beautiful years, Ogechi had been the light of Christy's life. From the moment she found the baby on her doorstep, her world had transformed. Ogechi was her daughter in every sense of the word. Her pride, her joy, her greatest gift. Together, they had built a life full of love and laughter. Christy cherished every milestone. Ogechi's first step, her first words, and her bubbling excitement as she started school. Her parents adored Ogechi and doted on her endlessly, treating her as the grandchild they had always dreamt of. But one evening, as Christy returned home from a board meeting, she found a folded note on her doorstep. Her stomach tightened as she unfolded it. "I want my baby back. I'm ready to be her mother now. I will be in touch soon." Christy's hands trembled as she read the words. Anger surged through her veins. How dare she, after abandoning Ogechi with nothing but a blanket and a note, this woman had the audacity to try to reclaim her after 8 years? She stormed into her apartment, pacing the living room as tears streamed down her face. Memories of sleepless nights, cramped nails, bedtime flooded her mind. Ogechi wasn't just a child she cared for. She was her daughter, her everything. Christy called her parents, her voice shaking with fury. "Can you believe this? She abandoned Ogechi and now thinks she can just take her back?" Her father's voice was calm but firm. "We will support you no matter what. But you need to know your legal rights, Christy. This isn't just about emotions. It's about protecting Ogechi." Despite this, Christy couldn't shake her fears. She decided to talk to Ogechi, who was old enough to understand. Sitting her down, she explained gently, "Someone from your past might try to reach out to you, but no matter what happens, I'm your mom and I will always fight for you." Ogechi looked up at her with wide, trusting eyes. "You are my mommy, and I don't want anyone else," she said, hugging her tightly. One evening, as Christy prepared dinner, a knock echoed through her apartment. Her heart stopped. Through the peephole, she saw a woman, nervous, her hands trembling. Christy's deepest fear had come true. Opening the door slightly, Christy stepped into the hallway and closed it behind her to keep Ogechi inside. "You must be Christy," the woman said. "I'm Linda. I'm Ogechi's biological mother. I want her back." Christy's expression turned ice. "You left her on my doorstep with nothing but a note. For 8 years, I have been her mother. You don't get to just show up and claim her now." "I made a mistake," Linda pleaded. "I was young and scared, but I'm ready now." Christy banged the door on Linda. When Christy returned inside, Ogechi was sitting at the dining table. her homework untouched. "Who was that, Mom?" she asked, her eyes curious but tingled with concern. Christy hesitated, but she had promised herself to always be honest with Ogechi. Sitting beside her, she took a deep breath. "Ogechi, there is something I need to tell you. It's about where you came from." Christy told Ogechi everything. The night she found her, the note, and how she had decided to raise her as her own. She described the love and joy she had brought into her life and how much she meant to her. Ogechi listened intently, her small hands clenching the edges of the table. When Christy finished, she sat in silence for a moment before looking up at her. "She wants to take me away?" she asked, her voice quavering. Christy nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. "She says she's ready to be your mother now." "But Ogechi, you are my daughter. You have always been my daughter." Chrissy's face hardened with determination. "I don't want to go with her. You are my mother. Nobody can take me away from you." Christy pulled her into a tight embrace, her tears spilling over. "I promised you, Ogechi, I will fight with everything I have to make sure you stay with me." The days that follows were tense, with Linda attempting to reach out again, but Christy stood firm. When Linda tried to approach her at school, she ran straight to Christy, refusing to speak to the woman. Eventually, Linda realized the depth of the bond between Christy and Ogechi. She left one final note at Christy's door. "I see now that she is happy with you. Thank you for giving her the life I couldn't. I won't disrupt it anymore." That evening, as Christy stung Ogechi into bed, she whispered, "I'm glad you are my mom." Christy kissed her forehead, her heart swelling with gladness. "And I'm the luckiest mom in the whole world to have you." Motherhood is defined by love and commitment, not biology. The story highlights that being a parent isn't just about giving birth. It's about unconditional love, care, and sacrifice. Christy's devotion to Ogechi demonstrates that true family bonds are built through love and trust. Taking responsibilities matters. Linda returned after abandoning Ogechi serves as a reminder that our actions have long-term consequences. Parenthood requires responsibility and consistency, which cannot be reclaimed at convenience. Christy's strength and determination to protect Ogechi show the importance of standing firm in the face of fear and uncertainty, especially for those we love. Ogechi's choice to stay with Christy reflects a child's need for a secure and loving environment. Stability and consistent care are vital for a child's happiness and growth. forgiveness and letting go. Linda's decision to walk away at the end, recognizing what is best for Ogechi, underscores the importance of letting go when it means prioritizing someone else's well-being over personal desires. Hi besties, 2024 is packed up already and I know you all have high hope for 2025. However, while planning for the years 2025, let us not forget that it's important to stand firm in the face of fear and uncertainty, especially for those we love. I wish you a 2025 that is fully packaged physically, emotionally, financially, with good tidings. So, besties, what did you learn from this story? Kindly share with me your lessons in the comment sections. Give the story a thumbs up and share the story with your loved ones also. Subscribe to this channel if you have not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way. Bye.